Hello and welcome to Chemistry 120. I'm Professor Clark and I am going to be showing you around Chem 120 today. So on the main course website page you will find the calendar of upcoming events and the Getting Starting quiz is one. I'm going to add signing up for Remind, which a lot of you have already signed up for, which is great. I'm super excited about that. The main way I will contact you is through Remind. That does count as a quiz grade. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. Okay, so on this main course the homepage, you will see the calendar, upcoming assignments that are due, and then on the right side, you will see the Science Resource Center hours. And this is a free place that you can go to get tutoring. It's in CLB 112. And if you don't have time to go to campus, you can actually use this Zoom link right here, and you can talk to a tutor. So, and they'll write back. So you can see them writing, and you can ask them about a specific question, and they can answer that for you. And then at the bottom, I have the content browser. So let's go to content. Under content, you will see the overview and syllabus, which I'll talk a little bit about right now. So the required textbook, Hill and Kolb, Chemistry for Changing Times. And then the other thing that you need for this course is the lab kit from eScience Labs. You absolutely need this. I know it's expensive. If you do not have this lab kit, you will fail the course. The reason for that is part of your grade is associated with a lab grade. And if you don't perform any of the experiments, you will get a 0. It used to be that students would come to campus 4 times a year or 4 times a semester on Saturdays was usually the time. And to meet changing students' needs, we opted for an online or at-home lab kit. So you need to have that, and I would get that as soon as possible. Sometimes the bookstore will sell out, so it's important to have it. Okay, my office is GEB 153C. The best way to contact me is through the Remind app, which I will get a message on my phone and I can respond to you right away. I know what class you're in, and it's very convenient. So I have it on my phone right here. So Remind would be the way to contact me. And that's how I'll be contacting you. Okay, the last day to drop this course without a W is April 15th. Okay, if you're a student with a disability, let me know and we can work together with Access Services. They have an excellent staff there. So we can work together. Okay, no cheating is allowed or plagiarism. This is the grading scheme. And the exam information. Exams will be taken through D2L, and they can be taken anywhere. You don't have to go to the testing center. The time for each exam is strictly enforced at 40 minutes for the unit exams and 90 minutes for the cumulative final. So even though you can take them at home and you might be able to flip through your notes, you really need to know what you're doing because you're going to run out of time, and I don't give extensions on time. The grade breakdown for this course, 5 unit exams, 50%. They're all equal in value, 10% each. There's a cumulative final, 15%. Lab reports are 10%. Lab final is 10%. And then assignments are 15% of your grade. So if you don't respond to anything that I send you, if you don't take the Getting Started quiz, then you will be dropped from this course. So that might impact your eligibility for financial aid or other student services. Okay, labs. Labs are absolutely essential. If you miss more than 10% of the labs, you don't do them, then you're going to get a 0. So you will fail. Again, we have to have lab because it's a part of your grade. Okay, so we talked about the syllabus. That is good. Now we're going to go to so if I click on content, okay, so I was in the overview syllabus right now. Let's go to daily tasks. So one of the things that I found is that students aren't too keen on logging into D2L, and I must admit myself, it's very challenging to log in, and I feel like it's kind of clunky. But in D2L, I have a daily task for you. So starting on Tuesday, January 17th. One of your first assignments, which a lot of you have already completed, is to set up an account through the Remind app. I have the link to join this. Then with each daily task, I have several different things. So one of the things, online notes, you can click on this and it will take you through. It's like a textbook online. And there's vocabulary, and then you get to the next one, I believe. Okay, so like 2.1, this is one of the links. Okay, so then it goes through and it talks about pretty much what you would find in your textbook. Okay, so actually I'll go back here. Okay, so I'm on January 17th. Okay, then there's a lecture. So the lecture.
Okay, so welcome to
You can hear me
Camera
talking.
20.
Weird.
This is Chemistry and Society.
Okay, so you can see me. These handouts are available, and you can print them off. Sorry, you can hear me talking, and you can see me writing. So that's very beneficial. I found that students were struggling with just the online notes and a textbook and do the problems. Some students needed to hear me explaining it, see me explaining it, and so that's why I did those lectures. Okay, so you have the lecture, and the blank notes can be found there. I try to keep everything all together, so that's where you can print it. Then, okay, so there's textbook reading. I do have some students, believe it or not, in this day and age who still like to read a textbook. I love them. So if you like to read a textbook, this is the sections that pertain to what I'm covering and the lectures. If you're not a textbook reader, that's fine. I'm not judging. But the one thing you do need to do from your textbook are the homework problems, and those are assigned at the end of each chapter. Now, I will not collect these. Do not send them to me. You will be doing homework problems throughout. The homework solutions can be found here. So they're listed out. Sometimes it takes a while for D2L to load. So much stuff. Yeah, so it's loading. But those are the solutions to, yeah, the document is rendering slowly. Okay, so let me go back to content, daily tasks. So there are homework problems from the textbook. The nice thing about doing those homework problems is it gives you an idea. I feel like chemistry is a very hands-on problem-solving science. So you need to do the problems. You can't just passively watch the lecture or not watch the lecture and expect to take a test and do well on it. Then if there are any quizzes that are due, you will find the links here. So this is the link to the Getting Started quiz. So every day you will find different lectures, different notes. On Remind, I'm going to give you like, I'll send you reminders about upcoming due dates and put that type of information in lectures that you should be watching. So the other part of this course that we need to talk about, so if I scroll down, there are discussions. So discussions. Okay, so here we are, lab. I made such a big deal about lab. You have to participate in lab. If you don't participate in lab, you will fail. Okay, so first time you're going to be working with your lab kit is January 24th. The lab 1 worksheet. Basically, you're just taking inventory of your lab kit. And the way you can find this is at the bottom. No, I don't want to download it. Okay, so if you scroll down to the bottom, after reading this, of course, there is a table that you're going to fill out. It's an inventory of what's in your lab kit. Now, let me go to Dropbox. Dropbox is where you're going to be submitting this, and this is the link within the daily content. Okay, so Lab 1 worksheet. When you submit, so you're kind of seeing what I see, which is, I want you to submit a photo of you, like a selfie of you with your lab kit. So I gave you, I took a selfie and I posted it here. Okay, so here I am. Here is my lab kit behind me, that cardboard thing. And then this is the data sheet that I'm going to fill out. And then you can see it from my end, back to user submissions. So this is all I've submitted. So if you do not submit a photo for your labs, you get a 0. So sometimes I have students who just submit the lab worksheet and they think they're going to get credit. You're not going to get credit. I need to know that you're doing the lab. You're not just taking a file from the internet and saying that you did it. So I would give myself a 0 because I haven't included the actual worksheet. So you need the picture and the worksheet. If you want to take a video, you can do that too. Just keep it brief. And then once I have looked through those items, I will grade it. And if you have everything there, then I'll put a 10 out of 10. And you would see that in the grade book. So that is lab. And you can always get to these things, lab. You can click on each individual lab. And this is the lectures. So these are the handouts. Back to daily tasks. Daily tasks just pretty much tells you what you're supposed to do every day. So if you want to get an idea, you can always look at it a week ahead, and I will be giving you reminders on the Remind app because there's a lot to keep track of. I am going to keep it briefer on Remind. I'm probably just going to say watch this lecture, make sure you have these quizzes taken and labs worked on, that type of thing. Quizzes and exams can be found here. So you can see the availability. The other thing, you can always click on the main link and see the upcoming events. So January 20th, getting started quiz, that availability ends. So I am delighted to be working with you. I love teaching chemistry and I love hearing from you guys. I will post my office hours when I decide when they're going to be this semester. So you can meet with me in my office, which is on campus, GEB 153, or if you can't make it in, we can always have a Zoom meeting. So it's pretty much like a Skype or FaceTime. And so if you have a question that I need to work it out on a piece of paper, then I can have a document camera on that. Or the other thing with Remind, you can use your phone and take pictures of a problem that you're working on, send it to me, and it's like a text message. So that way you don't have to log into clunky old D2L. But I'm going to try to get Remind, have all your assignments that way, because I know everybody has their phone nowadays, but not everybody has a computer that you can log into D2L with, right? So let me know if you have questions, and have a great semester. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.